Can't hear you.
I know. I was saying that, and we're
Just testing you.
still
Just testing you.
muted. I was sitting there like sucking my teeth, and I was like, I need to mute these that way I don't come across sucking my teeth or something in the background. Oh, you're looking extra jaundiced today.
Is it the lighting? Hold on.
Yeah, something about the lighting got you yellow like our titles or whatever. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the open mic. We are here as just Tyler and Justin.
Still too bright.
Now you're on the surface of the sun. So yeah, we're here and we're on it. Tyler's fixing his light for those of you in podcast land.
I don't know how lighting works. I don't know how sound works. I literally don't know how any of it works.
You ain't got much.
That's why we need someone like you who understands all that stuff. Jaundice. Yeah. That's like I say, jaundice. All right.
Yeah. Oh, Jaundice. Oh, that's what it is. Jaundice was the Jimmy word of the day. Jaundice. Yeah. So what's up, everybody? We are doing this without Nick. Nick got some last minute call. Apparently, he's a chimney sweep or a road clearance crew driver or something.
Let's make this the best viewed one to show Nick that when he's not on here, everybody views it more.
Yeah, everybody cares. I mean, it's already got a big old 8 factor right there in the chat. So
that's right. I'm telling people this show is the hidden gem. You're not going to get things that are talked about on this show on any of the other shows because, you know, if people want to take the time to support us on this show, then they're going to get, you know, some of the juicy details,
some of the gossip
that we have to talk about today.
Oh, only in the last 2 hours talk about.
Well, apparently a lot's been going on the past couple of days. I just wasn't privy to. I say privy like people were trying to keep it to me. But I had no idea that guys were getting so butthurt, and we have to make sure that some of it's cleared. We could talk about 99% of the stuff, but some things that we have to make sure that someone is has a decision to make before.
Yeah. Contracts negotiation.
There you go. Yeah. So we'll go full ham once that's decided or if it's decided, but just generality. I stand by what I said. Most cops are fucking pussies, dude. They're fucking big mouth vaginas. That's all they are. Like the big mouth bass, but you know,
right. Some of us tend to, you know, I mean, people say it all the time on the job, like guys that get into the job at times, I'm just speaking in generality, not about anybody in particular, but guys will get in the job sometimes that were bullied or picked on in high school, in middle school. And then they, you know, look good on an application, they're able to get the job, and then they go out and do the job. And those are the ones that have problems on the road, that violate people's rights, that go over what needs to be done, you know, throw in those extra couple hits or whatever. And those are the ones that when we're on the job, we try to weed out, we try to bully those guys into getting the fuck out of the job, just like they were bullied in high school. You know,
here's the thing too, and people are gonna watch this and cry that Justin was talking about them, and it'll be 5 different people, and Justin will be like, I wasn't talking about any one of you guys, but everybody thinks it's them because they act a certain way. They're like, he's talking about me. I knew it. He's talking about me. Like you weren't even a thought in my head when I was saying this, but if you think that it was about you, you know,
and that's the introspective part of any of that stuff. Whenever something you know, makes you upset or makes you feel like you're getting picked on, or you know, oh, was he talking about me, he didn't name me, I always tend to take a step back and look at, all right, who hurt me, like why, you know, I'm gonna point on the doll where, you know, where the bad guy, you know, touched me, because it's like, am I overthinking this? And I have a tendency, Justin has has a tendency to overthink things and dig too deep into them. But it's true, you know, like what can I do?
You don't strike me like that, dude. You know, you've had issues and you brought them right Like, almost like, "Hey, I don't wanna have the right you brought things to me," like, and I was like, "No, it has nothing to do with it." You're like, "Okay, cool, just making sure." Like, I've never once seen you you might
Well,
be
but
level-headed.
that's because I've already spent 5 hours overthinking it before I even reached out. So I'm an overthinker, but I've also now learned that communication is key, and I will call somebody and communicate with them,
Yeah.
versus just dwelling on it, festering, and making a silly decision, or making a rash decision about anything. But yeah, I mean, I am a stressful guy, which is one of the things that I'm interested in seeing what my life, inside my body looks like next week, in 5 days, when I'm no longer overthinking everywhere I drive, where I sit in my car,
What I say on
what
camera,
happens when I what
what you say on camera, what you say to
yeah,
anybody.
what I say to anybody, what I say on camera, what I post on social media, some of that stuff that I'm not going to be internalizing as a person, as a man. Um, I'm interested to see where all that's going to go in my life and what's going to happen. So, am I going
But
to be
yeah,
policing the podcast world? Who knows?
so we'll get into everything that we're talking about, obviously, there's one particular entity that we're not gonna talk about unless they, like you said, kind of, figure out what they're doing, next but January 1st, but if they're on board and they want to play the game, then by all means, we'll do it, but, and this goes back to or I think Liz, honestly, started found us, Antihero, then turned Counterculture. I was on a network where people were just fucking crybabies. That's all they were. The owner of the network was a giant crybaby. He the TK stuff, he was like, "You can't do that." I'm like, "What do you mean you can't do that?" And yeah, that'll affect me and my paycheck. You're trying to it made it all personal. And then of course, so I said something back in a group chat and a bunch of dudes got all fucking butthurt and offended. And that's essentially why counterculture started, is because I'm not going to have people tell me I can't say something. I'm not, one thing we'll never do is we're never going to really bully somebody down to like nothing. If they
Yeah,
can't punch back, we're not going to throw punches. And I'm not going to try to ruin anybody's personal issues that they got going on. So, um, it's, so once that's done, now it's like free. It's just the whole thing is supposed to be counterculture. And when you have a network, you can't have everybody agree on everything.
yeah.
That's the whole point of a
Yeah.
network. That'd be boring as hell.
And this show sounds like it's turning into the podcast that you and I cut for Donut Shop, but no, it's
Oh,
totally.
Brady was there because I remember Brady hit me up as it happened. He's like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck's going on?" I told Brady everything. I was still when I messaged Brady, I was still heated, and I typically don't do that with anybody. I don't tell anybody.
Brady was in that chat. Brady's from
No,
back
he
in the
was
day.
no, he was a follower of C
Oh,
minus.
gotcha.
They call
Yeah,
him a
yeah,
failure to stop. I think it's like doing business as failure to stop, but
yeah, yeah.
that whole fucking thing that went on. So yeah, those two have, and Eric's come out and shit on me. Like, I knew Tyler was a shit bag. Like right when I was down, Eric came in and went, "Bow," got me one right in the
Yeah.
fucking toe while I was laying on the ground. But that's why
Yeah.
they're still doing their same exact thing. And I'm telling these guys, like, you want to, the problem with a lot of these dudes is that I don't know if they want to be more of a podcaster or if they want to be more of a professional cop. Because you had to do that balance. Kenny's doing it now. Anthony's doing it now. But like I chose straight violence. Like I wanted
Straight
podcast,
violence. I went right to violence. Yeah.
and I knew I was done with cop work, and that was my personal decision. And it took me what 2-3 years to make the transition. But
Yeah.
a lot of these guys are half in, half out on both, and I can work with that. I really can.
Right.
If I know that's what they want to do, but they can't. They're not going to be able to play with us when we play fucking trash talk and bring up great points. They're going to have to sit there and not participate, which if they're okay with that, that's fine. But then when people go, well, what's the network bringing me? Well, you're not playing the game. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Me and Justin were talking about this earlier. It's the whole. We will provide. Counterculture is going to provide what you need. If people are going over there and taking things, and we were calling it food, but that sounds really degrading. But it's like the easiest way to think about it. Like Dom Izzo. A lot of people have problems with Dom Izzo on this network. Dom's in there. He's getting his, and he's looking back and going, "Anybody want any of this?" And he's getting his, and everybody's going, "I don't like the way Dom's doing that." Dom's eating. He's getting his. If you're not going to go eat, that's on you, and that's fine. But then don't turn around and look at me and you and go, "You guys aren't providing for me." Like, the food's right there. So if you don't want to eat, don't eat. We're not forcing you to eat, but you also can't be like, we're not providing you the food you need. So, and then some people might go, I'm going to go find my own source. I'm going to go find my own what I need. And that's totally fine. Anti-Hero did it. We broke away and not only survived, but we, me and you and Mike, who wasn't Anti-Hero at the time, we created a whole new network where we can have those debates, those discussions, those points, those real rivalries. You call them beef if you want, but it's not supposed to be fucking personal. And like I said,
well, my big thing with Izzo and Izzo, I've tried to tell people that, like, he's a nice dude, a sweetheart, which he's not going to like me saying, in person. He's got something in him that he does when he gets behind a mic, like, and he makes points and he goes to work. Like, these are the things that he wants to do. If you don't agree with him, debate him, talk to him, try to change his mind. I mean, this is the stuff that, Charlie Kirk did. And I'm not equating Izzo to Charlie Kirk, but it's just, or what's his name that does the other thing, the sign, the social media meme that's like, change my mind, football's not a sport. Change my mind, and just get there, and he encourages debate. And so Izzo, just like Mike, just like Copville.
Izzo does not get nasty. He doesn't get shitty with people. He straight debates them. And I
he only gets angry or gets shitty when you start taking shots at him. He's got no problem. Yeah. Okay, cool. Tell your mom I said, hey, doing all that kind of stuff. But it's usually I think he tries to take it second. He retorts on that, and then you block him or he blocks you. He posts those where he loves to block somebody when they're still typing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm reading the comments.
Yeah. No, I could tell you're in the comments.
And I mean, so one thing is that I have to express this more than I do. I understand to some people that first responder world and veteran world is not like sports. There's life and death scenarios. There's PTSD. There's suicide. Like, it's not the fucking Ravens versus Steelers rivalry. Like, so we've been saying this since the get-go. We're trying to be the Barstool Sports of the first responder veteran world. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to not do that. And I feel like we need that for camaraderie, and we need that for benefits, and we need that to unite. But I'm not going to downplay the fact that I understand it could look like I'm making entertainment out of that, but I am. And I get that. And there's going to be people that are just like, I don't agree with that. And I get it, but at the end of the day,
and not everybody has to agree with it. Yeah. And to the counter of with the whole Barstool Sports. Yeah. We're not talking about millionaires that need to just shut up and take it. Like they said about LeBron back in the day, shut up and just take it. Or shut up and dribble the ball, I think was one of the quotes from like a sportscaster writer. But yeah, we're talking about real blue collar workers that, as you said, are dealing with PTSD, that look at the worst of the worst all day, every day. And then they've got to come over sometimes for entertainment and watch us having a bad conversation about them or something they're going to disagree with. But this is, to say it like liberal, this is your safe space to have those conversations. This is your safe space to argue with people that either, like you and I, did the job or are still currently doing the job. And we can have all those debates, and we can also walk away and say, it is what it is. We're going to disagree. I'm going to do the job the way I want to do it. You can do the job the way you want to do it. You can crack skulls. I can go over and give ice cream. There's plenty of food in the bowl, to use your food analogy. There's plenty of food in the bowl for us on what we want to talk about. So,
yeah. And again, it's just frustrating. It's everybody. And when I say everybody, I do not mean one person is out of what I'm saying. Everybody needs to put their fucking big boy pants on, including myself sometimes. It needs to be like, this is a network. This is we talked about all the time. Fox News does not just have a panel of a bunch of pissed off conservatives. They throw in the one token liberal guy that says, well, you guys are wrong. And then everybody that watches Fox News can hate that guy universally. We all hate him. And it unites everybody. He's a plant. That guy does not care about politics. He cares about his $350,000 salary and if he's going to stay on the show. That's all he cares about. And to be honest with you, I'm out of that world. All I care about is taking care of that world. I don't care about me. I don't care about how people like me, how they see me. I mean, I do. In all reality, this is part of open mic. Of course I do. I'm a human being. But when we're doing entertainment, if I have to be the bad guy or Dom Izzo has to be the bad guy in order for people to unite and be like, that's wrong. Fine, fucking unite. But no one was doing it in the first place. Nobody was.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it's the game. You've definitely changed up some of the philosophy and stuff, and I can stay on board with it because I don't have to like somebody. I don't have to, I mean, it's part of a network. I'm Floridian. I don't have to like California, but we're all part of the United States. It's all part of an organization. It's all part of a broad spectrum. I don't know. I'm just trying to do, we're not dancing around anything. We're just not necessarily talking about one specific topic. We're talking about a little bit of counterculture business, because that's kind of what this show is about, talking about the behind the scenes. We've got podcasts that have to work together or do work together, and sometimes it's time for contract renegotiations.
If anybody wants to know, I said I wasn't gonna. It's Copville's. If you go, I don't think it was Copville's. I don't think anything. Copville has been Mike, who's owner with Counterculture with me and Justin, has had some kind of feud that I wasn't aware of like 90% of it. And it got a little out of line, I guess, from what I've heard.
You're not fully briefed on all of it.
Yeah. So when the dust settles and everybody puts their big boy pants on and makes a decision, either way, I don't care. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to finally form this show that me and you have been working on for months and put somebody up and get them the exposure that they deserve and then have them go, we're out. It's not even on a personal level. I'm just saying business. I'm not going to go pay for something, even though we're not paying money. I'm not going to go do something as a business and then have somebody back out of a deal. Like, well, it's a business. We all work together. So once everybody involved decides that they want to, what they want to do, then we'll go from there. So
but conversations and meetings still need to be had because we are a professional organization, coming from the communications director.
Let's see. I just want to look at some of the comments.
Oh God.
Yeah. So it threw me off when they were talking about ET, but I know they're talking about Eric Tansey.
Yeah.
He's saying shit about Tyler. Yeah. He does.
What's up, Efren? So you guys, I mean, dude, like there's some heavy hitters in this chat that love to check these shows out, and I appreciate it big time. I mean, you guys are awesome. I was up. I'll talk about this on my show on Sunday morning, Coffee and Donuts. But yeah, I was up there Monday in Orlando for Anti-Hero, stepping into Mike's uncomfortable chair that made my leg numb for some reason.
I have pictures of that, dude. You're like on the edge of it.
bro. I was like, something was happening. There's like a fucking needle in there or a pin in there, and it was causing my fucking leg to go numb. I thought it was like my leg was getting hot, and I didn't know why. And I thought he had like a heater underneath there. And then I'm like, I touched my shin, and I'm like, dude, I am numb. Like I just feel my skin, and I didn't know what was going on. So there's something with that chair. It's for guys with little asses and skinny legs.
That's a dude thing right there. We're blaming everything else other than going to the doctor. Like it must have been the chair, that weird leather fabric. I don't know.
I could have been having a stroke. Who really knows?
I worked through it.
Giant blood clot.
Oh, I'm good, man. I don't know about you.
Fucking droopy. Oh no. Oh my God. But yeah, no, it was cool. It was good coming up there. And then I cut a podcast episode with Jimmy that's going to come out Tuesday, and then one on for next week or the week after.
That one I cut with you that is going to be the week after. That was the first time I've ever sat down post fucking crisis mode of everything that fucking everybody went through.
Right. So yeah, you've had time to reflect on it and live and work your show out and all that kind of stuff and like where it went. So we talked about anti-hero, and then we talked about counterculture, some of the stuff that you went through here, even though Efren came in late, but some of the stuff you covered here, and then we'll talk about it even more. So yeah, you guys can check those out. I'll once they fall in line. I also have a conversation to do with Anthony. And then I have a conversation with John from Spear Talk podcast as well.
You already recorded that?
No, Anthony's like this week.
Okay.
And then John from Spear Talk's coming up too. I was just kind of like, when do we put Tyler out?
You put me out, man. I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, to kind of circle back, if you guys I would like for people that support us to maybe go, be honest with the people that we're talking about, but I also don't want to make it look like we're trying to sway them one way or the other. But there's a podcast on our network that might like it if people are like, "Hey, dude, I listened. Did you not know I listened to you? Like, I think or you guys suck. You should leave. We don't like you." Either one.
Oh, I don't think that's a good thing that anybody should say, but
boo this podcast.
But yeah, good times. But yeah, I mean, and then good show last night, even though I was in my car half the time in a parking lot waiting outside of freaking waiting outside the Chinese food restaurant.
We should make it, especially if we're gonna do more than 4, everybody's got to be on a mic. I mean, dude, Jimmy was so loud. Dude, you couldn't even like debate him because he can't even hear you trying to talk. He's just, and we're having to go, Jimmy, and he's like, what? Like,
yeah. So yeah, I mean, and then mine was like you guys said, like a bad Japanese movie, because it was what it was doing was going from my phone to the car or something like that, and I was like on the car speaker, so there's like a delay with streaming and stuff. So yeah, my video and my audio was all fucked up. So, and then eventually when I got back home, it made it easier to talk because I have this setup here. We're gonna rebuild. I'm gonna redo the wall back here. Lupe said that I could put like stuff.
It's gonna be so cool. It can be guy stuff.
Blue line flags.
I'm gonna have a beer in the background.
I got my whiskey container.
What are you gonna do when you don't have a dry erase board anymore?
I don't know. I just needed something to put on that damn dry erase board. On the dry erase board, I'm just gonna do like thought of the day, perhaps, or something like that. Like.
So Liz says she wants to stay neutral. My things I like, and that's good. That is good. My job is to provide the entertainment, or at least orchestrate the entertainment of shows between in the network. And so
try to be the puppet master.
It really is like you're letting man, my brain is like autistic. So I look at things and I break them down very, very, very simple, but when I say things, it sounds degrading as shit. Like I'm like, the way I was looking at it, and I'll just say it, is like I'm looking at it like you're a parent and you're watching your kids play fight. Be careful, and then you have to step in when they start real fighting. That's what kids do.
Yeah,
they play wrestle until somebody gets cut or bumped in the head, and then they really fight, and you have to go put everybody in timeout. And so essentially, like until we've all been shit. I think Justin, you probably been podcasting the most out of anybody here, and it's been what, less than 5 years? Has it been 5 years?
Been 5 years. 5 years for Donut Shop, and then a couple of years doing the soccer stuff.
And you're still learning. So we are all very new to this game. When you look at longevity and the bigger picture, all of us are new, and people are trying to figure out on the network how to navigate it. And they don't want to be disrespectful. They don't want to be disrespected. And there's nothing that can replace time and learning. Like you just got to learn that this is how it goes. And it's like I go back, I say like, is your goal to have a really entertaining podcast. I've had shows on the network that I don't want to name them, but shows on the network that I've consulted with just based off the experience I have. And I said, I can get you, you need to do this, this, and that. And they said, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to cover that. I don't want the negativity. I don't want the drama for whichever reason. So I was like, okay, are you okay with sacrificing views and exposure to keep this moral standing that you want to keep? And they're like, yeah, that's what I want. And that meant something to them. So I was like, okay, like my job is to promote. I can promote you until it hits a cusp. And then if it starts breaching values or integrity or morals that you don't want to, you just gotta let me know, and then I won't push it anymore.
Yeah. And in one of the notes you put in our show notes is talking like about Matt, you know, one of the guys that's been around for a little while, Matt talking about like like an outside media company and like or you got to be a mechanic.
I gotta hold on one second. I gotta fix my son's toy truck.
Very important. I get it. That wasn't sarcasm. But where the fuck was I going with it? Well, I'll wait for Tyler for the Matt conversation. But
yeah. I got some topics I want to talk about that I literally didn't even tell you about. I just put in our notes section, so you're probably like, okay.
Yeah, no, fix the truck. Well, or you can narrate us through the truck and what you're doing. You know, because we can see it's important to have working.
I got palmate on my fingers. That's like the workaround.
Right the worst. I get these videos sometimes on my social media, and I saw one for a second when I was going through, and it was $1,000 toy RC boat versus $100 toy RC boat, and I was like, how is that ever going to be a good tractor pull between the two boats if it's a $1,000 boat? And I've seen it with you know, RC cars too, and it's like, bro, these things, you know, they're toys and they don't have real horsepower strength.
This thing's built like an actual monster truck. Give me like 30 seconds.
Okay, take your time. This is Tyler. If you need an engineer, we can get my dad. He lives on the show. He's on the show to help you fix. Yeah. So I'll talk about my show while Tyler steps away. Like I was saying, I recorded an episode with Jimmy to talk about Jimmy's some of his past, because you know he drops it when he's sitting at the desk during Anti-Hero, but he may not have necessarily gone through everything in a podcast. So this is probably the first of a few that I'll do with Jimmy as I meet up with him. If I go up there and do shows and stuff, I'll definitely sit with Jimmy because the guy's a wealth of knowledge and he loves to talk. So I sat with him, and then I talked to him about what his current podcast, Shadowcast. So I talked to him about Shadowcast. And so that episode is going to come out this Tuesday with Correlating Reels on Donut Shop Podcast. And then right after that, I sat down with Tyler, and as he was just saying, we spoke about kind of the Anti-Hero from beginning to end, not word for word, hit by hit, but you know, like kind of where it got its roots and how it grew, and then where it is today. So we talked about that kind of stuff, and then we got into counterculture. We sort of did a bit of a breakdown of like what counterculture is, like what we're gonna be, you know, what this network is, and how podcasts help each other, you know, cohabitate within each other. So, or with, not within each other, but within this sphere of oversaturated podcast land. Sorry, still working on this cough thing. Liz says that's a fucking awesome podcast. Love Shadowcast. Well, go over and let Jimmy know that. It airs on YouTube on the Counterculture Network, and then it has its own feed for Shadowcast that we pump out through Megaphone. So you can find Shadowcast on Spotify, and then if you go to Counterculture Inc.'s YouTube channel, you'll see Shadowcast in there as one of the Counterculture supported shows. So,
sorry,
welcome back. No, you're good.
Yeah, I was one of those things where I told my son I would do it, and I didn't do it, and now I was like, Heather was like,
you had to pay the piper, bro.
Yeah, because I typically don't do. If I'm recording, I don't. Those motherfuckers gotta wait. But, yeah, real quick before we move on to the stuff that you brought up, like the shows and like conflicting, like okay, I'll go. I'll say it was Heather's show. I don't know if she watches Open Mic, but she was like, we were talking about Unfiltered and Unfazed and how to we do it with every single show. That's part of being with Counterculture. Is you have a bunch of people that have been doing it a little bit longer, and we all get together and we try to figure out how to grow shows. And as a consultant, you don't have to do what I say. I just say it worked for me, or I've seen it work. This could work. Do you want to try and work it like this? And they have every right to say no. And that's what she was. I was like, you need to really press on this issue or that issue or jump on this topic while it's hot. She's like, no, I don't want. She's like, I don't want drama and negativity. She's like, you love that shit. And I was like,
yeah,
not really, but but it does. The more you play in that realm, the more views you're going to get. And it's really a balancing act. And you got to just know where your line is.
Yeah.
And I really don't have one, but
I think I think drug addicts also talk in that way. It's, you got to know how much heroin to ingest or to inject. or
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good, bro. Like, okay. Well, are you snorting fentanyl as well? Or did you just get a Narcan? How much Narcan have you invested in?
We do it with Antihero. I mean, we have meetings that we're like, hey, what are some things that we really want to drive on? What are some things we sit down and we talk about it? I mean, it's not, I don't know if it's necessary for like to be exposed to the world about but we do talk about like, hey, what are we going to do with this? Like, is this going to make us like not look bad, but like look too negative? Is this person, and so we do it with every single show. And so that's the point I was driving home, is that we try to consult these guys and we give them the best, but what we can't do is have someone say, you guys don't really do stuff for us because, we do our best. So if it's not the network for you, then it's not the network for you.
Yeah. Dylan, what can you explain to me? Brady's talking about 99% Instagram. How's that work? What is that story? I think I missed that. Brady said, when are we getting a 99% Instagram page?
Okay, that's it. Brady, could we task you with that?
You just got yourself a job.
That's what happened, dude. He should know this stuff, man. That's how government works. Like, great idea. Do you mind spearheading that?
Yeah.
99% is we are looking for something to call Antihero supporters in our base and like the people that show up every time to include us. Like, the whole point of the show is that we're not Special Forces Navy SEALs guys that are like telling you stories and you're like, let me give me some more of that SF milk. Like, we're the dudes that are talking amongst each other, that are watching comments from the dudes. We've all been in the same stuff, the same. And so we were like, what should we call ourselves? Because clearly, that just to use an example, the SF fanboys don't like us because the SF fanboys have never done anything. They've never laced up a pair of boots. They've never fucking put a flag on their arm, a patch on their arm, carried a gun in some kind of capacity. Not that you need to do any of all of those. I'm just saying that those guys, they fanboy about what it's like to do that. And so they use SF and Navy SEALs as their little beacons of like, if I was going to do that one day, that's how I would do it. And then at the end of the day, that's less than 1% of the guys that go out and do stuff like this. So we're the 99%. Like, we're the 99%. And I think that's what we decided on, because we really couldn't, back when Brent was on the show, he was like, what about like the anti-hero army? I was like, God, no. I was like, it rings well, like the KISS army, but
how about Killer Bees?
That's not anything against him. I didn't have anything, so it's better.
That was his idea, and you just kind of were like, fucking sucks.
So that's why we didn't run with it, because even Brent was like, and I was like, no, I don't think that's a good one. But I honestly think that if it's organic and it runs on its own, we threw the idea out there. We let everybody in the chats kind of go, and so if that's what majority of us want, and it starts running with itself organically, and we don't have to go, hey, you're the 99% like us, like that. When I don't have to fucking sit there and say it every day, because if you have to say it, then obviously people are like, that's a stupid name. But if everybody's happy with it, like, I'm happy with it. But it's got to be
run it
a name has to be something organic, like a nickname. If I gave you a nickname, Justin, whether you like it or not, it's your nickname. You can't be like, guys, call me fucking
call me this.
Call me fucking what, that doesn't work
donut.
like that.
I'm gonna be Donut Hero. Like, so, call me Donut Hero
with like a cool intro.
Call me Heroed Donut. I must use the word hero to be relevant.
Fitness. Call me Fitness.
Yeah,
like
Fitness.
Cat Donut.
I think that guy already exists. That guy's in the comments.
Oh, that is the guy. He's a big supporter too. I'm just trying to I'm simply tactical donut in the that's that
so,
thing.
Taken.
But I mean, like a nickname, you can't, y'all also advertise for Blue Collar America, so it's tough to make it Leo or military related. Love the 996 applies to everyone. That is true. Like, because real cops and real veterans can go have the same conversation with a blue collar worker at a bar over a beer because you're dealing with the same fucking stuff. It's the same. It's a blue collar mindset. Once you're in the blue collar world, it's very hard to get out of it because all you know is hard work. So you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna go and get a degree and then all of a sudden start making $500,000 a year. Like, you're kind of stuck in it, so you got to embrace it. Like blue collar work. So that is actually a really good, Dylan. That's a very good. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think, Justin? Now that you hear,
exactly. Okay, and this is what I was asking for, an explanation of what it was, because I think I saw it on Monday when I was on the show. I saw it, but I just didn't really understand it. So, the only other thing that comes to me with 99%ers is the motorcycle style of, not 1%ers. So guys on motorcycle jackets put 99 because they're not outlaws, which granted, we're also not outlaws. But I mean, I think it still works and it still communicates. And if somebody who is 99%er motorcycle club wants to gatekeep the thought process of the other 99% type thing, then so be it. We're here for the drama.
War with the bikers. Yeah.
We'll go to war with the hog guys or whatever.
I've been sued over dumber shit, so we'll see.
The weekend. Hey, you can't use 99%ers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the only one we're trying not to piss off is the 1%ers. So, yeah.
All right. So Brady, all right. That's maybe a good angle for the Patreon, because we're always looking for ways to make our Patreon better. Like, it's not about work. It's not about like, oh, I don't want to put stuff on there. Like, me and Mike are just like, dude, it's a constant, like, and we're always trying to, like, so maybe we call the Patreon where everybody gets involved. I don't know, because I think that'd be good for Patreon. But I mean, if somebody wanted to create an anti-hero broadcast 99%er thing, I'm not against it. I'm not going to be like, you can't use that. Like, that would be
You're not going to sue them.
Yeah. I just know how hard it takes to run Instagram pages. Like, I have 5 that I control, and you have multiple ones, and other people
4 or 5.
Yeah. Other people, Instagram literally will not let you
run anymore. Let you run anymore. Yeah. Like our buddy Cigar Hero too. He's another one of those OGs that I don't know why he's never in the chats. He's probably working or busy or whatever.
That is weird. He is never in. I don't know if maybe he uses a different title for his YouTube, like a name, and we just don't know it's him.
Yeah. So you put the note in here about Matt in an outside media company.
Yeah. So first off, I'm fucked in the head because Heather says I look like I have bangs when I do this, and I'm like, I don't see it. I just say I got short, balding hair. But
yeah.
Anyways,
you need to go to Turkey.
I do. For $6,000, they cover. What's that?
Logan asked if we got presents for Christmas.
You're saying right now my son just asked if Santa Claus is real.
He said, "Did you guys get me any stuff for Christmas?" And I said, "Some of the stuff in your stocking we got." He says, "Well, why don't you?"
They can't hear anything you're saying.
Oh, we can hear it all.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all live. I could mute you.
Because Santa does.
So I'm telling you, we knew this. Our son's in first grade, and
But he didn't say he's confused right now.
because we were trying to sell Santa this year, and he just was like,
Yeah.
cool. He was cool. There was no excitement. Every time we tried to sell him Santa from the beginning of the season to Christmas Day, he didn't say anything against it, but he was like, and I'm like, see, he knows something.
Spoiler alert for anybody that still believed in the comments. Way to go, Tyler.
Like, I thought he was real, but I don't know. I think he's just confused.
You're not ready to tell him? Okay. We'll just drag it out. Yeah, when did you guys find out Santa wasn't real? I made a big deal about it. I hated my parents for like 2 days.
Fuck.
I cried. I ran. I think I might have ran away.
It might have been elementary school, or I doubt middle school. I feel like elementary school is when the hard kids really come out and ruin everybody's life.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened. Yeah, all right, I'll handle it when we're done.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan thought that Santa got Jimmy a whip and a spool of rope.
We should talk about that before we talk about the other stuff.
What was that?
His face. So it was during the blurry stuff, which we think we've fixed. We think we have finally fucking fixed it. We had the technician there. If it's not fixed by Monday, it will be 100% fixed by Thursday, because we're going to have to leave our provider because they're just not going to be able to do what we need them to do. So,
right. So if there's anybody in the chats that's a freaking IT whiz, like I'm slightly the IT guy, but I don't always know the best. But I did a check on their internet, and their upload speed was 49 megabytes. Their download speed was over 300 megabytes, or no, it was like 700 megabytes. So I was like, there's no way you guys are going to upload a show on a live stream at 49 megabytes. Like,
Well,
that was
the crazy part, is that Spectrum said that's all we do. I was like, what plan are we on? They're like, you're on the fastest, like biggest, like you're on the best plan we have. And they were like, the most we can do is 40 upload speed. And I'm like, why? And they're like, because we're moving to fiber. So we're not going to spend money on making this old model better when we're spending all of our money making the fiber thing. And they're like, we don't know if it'll be available in your area for 6 months to a year. So I'm like,
well, I don't know if my money's available for you then.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, AT&T offers a really good multiple good packages. And I think they do fiber. Is it fiber?
Fiber is one of them. Yeah.
Fiber. Their lines. They have to run the lines.
Right.
It's not
like I remember in my neighborhood when they switched to fiber, and they're just basically running a trench all the way down the street, dropping fiber lines. So and it made it 10 times better when they did it. So that's you're gonna have to switch. So you might be able to cook the potato and get it off the screen. But yeah, so Santa Claus when we were in potato,
dude, when it sucked because it was in potato, so I had to clip it. I had no choice. But Jimmy, when I say a black like leather whip, and he's laughing, and I say, and a bundle of rope, and he goes, I was like, whoa, I was just kidding, man.
super dark. Jimmy's like, oh, Home Depot wouldn't even sell me a bundle of rope.
Just go hang myself real quick.
I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom, and it's just me sitting there, the only person on Anti-Hero.
But he ended up getting a Dale Earnhardt Jr. hat. Surprise, surprise. Like, if I could buy anything in the world, and I was like, Jimmy, I could buy you anything, like anything. He'd be like, buy me the most expensive Dale Earnhardt Jr. hat. I'm like, okay, if you want a Dale Earnhardt Jr. hat that bad, we'll get you one. So he got one.
He got it. Good old Dale. So
Mike's back from the fucking cruise.
I see this guy in the comments.
Oh, Mike.
He says hello.
Back from his cruise.
Oh, here come my dogs. Going crazy. Dude, that shit was he was Tyler was an Asian talking Santa.
I wasn't. Oh, I just admitted that was me. Damn it.
Yeah, you did. Hey, that's what the show's for. Behind the curtain. Just in case
I
nobody knew.
I really did step out for a call with the VA, and then we were planning on doing that as soon as I was done. I texted y'all. I was like, "Are you ready for Santa?" And you guys were like, "Hold on." And that, so that
yeah,
kind of
we were cooking on something, and I was like, "All right, go for it." And he called Santa Claus just because nobody knew. All right, so what happened with Matt?
Okay, so we're looking. Anti-Hero has really hit its growth organically. There is nothing that me and Mike and Jimmy can do aside from physical appearances and cutting social media reels every single day, which we do. We do try. We can't break the bank when we go to like shows, but we try to do live shows. We try to get out there in the community. We're trying to be more of that, and we cut social media reels every day, and we're broadcasting as much as we possibly can. We've hit our own growth. So we had one of our friends that's now going to be joining like our team, named Sean, and they want to remain anonymous, like under the table. So we'll call him Sean. But he does data for a living. Like that is his thing. And
Yeah.
he ran he said, "Listen, dude, I polled," whatever that means. Like he ran it, and he's like, "Anti-Hero doesn't come up for anything. You guys are like in the black, in the abyss when people try and search first responder, veteran shows, anything. You guys just don't come up." So he's like, there's something going on there. And then Matt Orkin, who's a promoter and he's a brand advisor and stuff, but we're about to bring him on. Like he's a friend of ours, so he's been hooking us up, but we're about to bring him on, I think, as like as somebody like that's on the salary. And he was like, "Your algorithm is so fucked because of Brent leaving." He's like, everybody, that watched for the soft drama, that didn't care about your message or your vision or what you're trying to do for first responders, veterans, and blue collar dudes, like the algorithm's so fucked from it. Like you just fucked the robot, the AI up. You confused AI. That's how, like, because it finally found the niche to start pumping, and they were like, drama, who wants drama? SF boy, soft fag drama. And then we cut that. So now it's like a hemorrhaging oil thing that's not going anywhere. It's just like exploding and just. So he's like, between Sean finding that out and then Matt going, "Yes, absolutely," we've pretty much realized that we have to pay. I'll bring on a third entity, which is a media company, not like ours. It's a media company that focuses on really channeling algorithms and getting your stuff to the people and maximizing it.
Dialing it in and
yes.
Figured out.
And so we're having to bite the bullet. And I love Sean and Matt. Those guys are friends of ours. So asking them for help and then accepting help from them and then bringing them on as a team is a no-brainer for us.
Yeah.
Hiring an outside media company to do anything I did not want to do, but at the end of the day, it was brought to my attention by multiple people. Like, what more can
that you trust? Which is a question that I had for you when I was sitting with you on Monday. I was like, dude, I get emails and messages on Instagram all the time from Indian dudes that are like, "Hi, I can SEO, I can fix your search engine stuff, I can make you seen, Donut Shop is this." And then like they go, and some of them even cut little videos of screen grabs of like my YouTube channel, and it's like, "You need to do this or this. I'm going to give you this for free." But I've never really engaged any of them other than saying no, thank you. And then they give me more emails. So, but yeah, it's a constant barrage, and they might be telling you the truth, but it's a question of like, who do you trust? How do you trust it? So with those guys, as you're saying, that's good that at least them already. So they're vetted and then they can help you out.
Yeah. And I mean, you have to do it in steps because those people, I get the same emails. You don't trust them. They're not professional companies. They're people trying to make a quick buck. Not saying that they're going to do you wrong, but they're not going to do you right either. So what we did was organically, I believe in Christ. I think we're trying to do put God's message out there for people under Warriors or Romans 13. And So I believe that God brought Matt into our life because Matt just came around sitting on the couch smoking cigars. He's like, I do brand awareness. And at the time, we were on top of the world. We were like, we don't need no brand awareness guy, but cool, man, hang out. He kept coming back. He didn't want any more business. He just kept coming back. He was one of the boys, learned about him. He's a Marine, what his background, like he is all about the brotherhood, the boys. And he's been such a huge help during this new broadcast era. Yeah. That I was like, well, I'm thinking about having so Sean, the other data guy, set up a meeting between us and our first media company that was a no-go. But Matt was like, let me talk. And for the first time ever, me and Mike sat back and we had somebody representing us. And that media company within 4 minutes goes, hey, I'm not going to waste your time. We're not the best fit for you, which was great. Because most companies can see you don't know what you're talking about. So they're like, hey, let's just try to get money out of these people. And then
right. You're going to jerk you off for a while. And then just,
And Matt said, this is what anti-hero broadcast is. This is what they're doing. This is what they're all about. And, he was the perfect buffer for essentially for the first time. I got to feel like an artist, a creator. I didn't have to be the manager, the
lobbyist,
the guy. Like I got to sit back and finally listen to someone rather than trying to keep up with what they're saying. Cause I don't know the industry. We knew we didn't know the industry, the media industry, like we should, like we need to. Matt was the perfect liaison to step into that because that's what he does. And
Matt's awesome. Matt, that when the story Jimmy tells about how he hung out one of the nights, it was Matt and I and Jimmy out there talking till like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning after a Thursday night squadcast. So
and that's when I wasn't really giving Matt the time of day because we had so many people coming in trying to literally
trying to hitch onto the wagon or
that's what I'm saying. I was gonna say something way more vulgar about the SF fanboys, but yes, they were just coming to see certain people there. They weren't coming to be part of the boys. And once that part left, that not even the entity, once that part of the show is no longer part of the show, they're not coming around anymore. Matt still came around. He's like, dude, I love this shit, man. He's like, it feels like I'm with the boys.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want other people to feel this way. He's like, that's why I want to help you.
Yeah, Matt's the man. We've been friends on Instagram since then, and he's awesome. I love watching his workout videos because he's a fucking animal in the gym.
Dude, that dude, he wears double X. Like he doesn't look big, and it's like Mike was like, I cracked the code. That's what you do. You wear big ass shirts.
Yeah. Dude, he's dropping plates on that freaking rack doing these lifts. He was doing a Zercher fucking squat or like a shrug yesterday. And I was like, dude, you're out of your mind. Like with the plates he had on that thing. Huge. So
I would I would probably like pull my back spine out of my skin.
Oh yeah. My elbows would come apart because like he's doing the Zercher thing where it's like the bars in the crook of his elbow, and I hate that when I have to do that with a fucking 100 pounds, let alone 300-400 pounds, whatever the hell he was using. So good.
Yeah, but the part of the open mic, the whole part of that is that like this is such a small like man, we should have called this show. I mean, I like open mic, I wouldn't change it, but like a speakeasy or like a what do you call that hole in the wall bar? Like
a
watering
dive bar.
Like, dive bar. Yeah. That's what we are. We're a dive bar because that's where all the great conversations happen, but nobody knows it's there. Nobody wants to go there.
Right.
Like I would never say this stuff on big platforms because our competitors don't know what they're doing. They're just going off of the old playbook that they took or saw that we were doing, like whether they saw the playbook or they took the playbook,
right?
Whoever that may be, you guys use your imaginations. That's the old playbook. So I'm not trying to, and I could watch it. I'm watching it go right. And like people are doing the same blueprint that I helped construct for everybody because like we talked about on your show when I was on there, nobody was doing it. So you had like the same thing. You just kind of have to learn it as you go. The game, the culture, the environment. And so you do that and you start creating the blueprint. You start creating and then you want to help and you pass that blueprint to somebody else now. And what? Okay. You good?
My mom said do this stuff.
Okay. And so that blueprint's been passed. It's been literally
Yeah.
like put on paper, and then people are doing it, and I can tell like they don't know what they're doing. They don't know the next step. They can't, they're not visionaries. They're let's do this. And like that's
Yeah.
I don't, not trying to be negative by any means, I promise, but it's
No, it's all fun and exciting. I enjoy the challenge, and this goes back to me because I like to bring it back to me. But with retiring, like, you know, I hit the benchmark, I hit that 20. There wasn't anything. The job every day is freaking challenging, but there wasn't anything inside the building, inside the police department that was challenging for me anymore. So I was like, look, this podcasting game, this stuff, like I want to, this is challenging still. And I want to try to challenge myself and put forward effort, get in the fire, that kind of thing. So that's why I was like, cool, I'm going to hit the bank button and put the money that way. And then now I'm doing this stuff more often. So this is more of a challenge. It's something that we can all learn. We can work our talents that we have, you know, some of the shit that we're good at, and run with it. So it's fun.
yeah. So that's the down and dirty, guys. Full circle back to it. You know, we're just trying to make sure, hopefully by next week we can start going with it, like the real entertainment side of it, which it's real. I mean, it's like when we say like wrestling is real. It's a little it's choreographed, and there's a storyline, but at the end of the day, it's real. There's real people out there doing real things, and it's real topics we're talking about. We bring it to light in entertainment news stuff. Like you nailed it. It's news entertainment. You came up with that, or you brought it. You told me about it.
Yeah, I told you about it. And then run with it. Run with it. It's not patented. I'm not trademarking it. But yeah, no, I mean, that's, and it's just, you know, like the night shift. It's, you know, people sticking around, people hanging out, and people having those conversations. And then, you know, if we, you know, sometimes people want to hear our opinions on it. So we'll give them our opinions on it.
Oh, I love that's where I'm the real bad guy on the night shift, man. I just purposely defend criminals just because I love seeing cops. This guy, no wonder he's not a cop anymore. They blah, blah, blah. Like this guy should never have a badge. Like, dude, they were the guys screaming at the TV when they thought wrestling was real. Like as a grown adult, they're like, dude, I hate that guy. You know, you got to have the guys that go out there and boo the arena and say y'all are fat slobs and get out of my town. And it's the tale as old as time, and it works with the night shift. Like, I mean, anybody, they know if they see a video that's clearly bad, it's not a good video. It doesn't make law enforcement look good. So we'll just take out the fact that maybe some of them, they're in line, they're in policy, it just looks bad. Even the agency or anybody looking at it would be like, ooh, kind of wish we would have done that a little different, you know?
Yeah.
Even all of that, or just straight police brutality. Everybody knows it's coming. I'm gonna be like, I mean, what's the context? And everybody,
what's the context?
All butter, and I'm like,
distractionary gunfire to the face.
I try to sound like a really corrupt union president or like a shitty lawyer.
Yeah. A greasy lawyer with a fucking Walmart suit, you know, wrinkled to hell, you know, like those traffic attorneys that used to come into.
I should dress up like one day and that's a great skit for the night shift. I'll be their lawyer. How would you defend this cop? And I'll be their lawyer.
And you get like fucking 8 Up Jay that's up there, and he'd just be like, bro, I would fire you in a second. You know? But yeah,
man, you created another skit we're gonna do. That's awesome. I love it,
bro. My boy for this photo shoot that he did, kind of like how Lupe and I did a wedding photo shoot. Him and his wife did one for the same photographer. $60 they got a suit, full suit on Amazon.
And I need it to be big and baggy.
You just buy it a little bit bigger. Yeah, just measure yourself, and if they say you need a large, go extra large. You know, like you put on your dad's suit or something.
Yeah, like you wore your dad's suit.
Or
you went to a thrift store and didn't have any money because you suck at lawyer work.
Lawyering, yeah. Well, or you could just do that. Go to Goodwill. I bought my Al Bundy costume at Goodwill, because that's probably where Al Bundy got his stuff from. So,
all right,
that'll be perfect.
I have a little bit extra that I'm going to wear. My lawyer name is going to be one of stereotypes. So if you
Okay.
can picture how I'm gonna look,
It'll be even better if you're an attorney with an ankle monitor on. like,
I'm gonna go
I
the
didn't
other route.
represent myself on this case. I swear.
I'm gonna go the Rob O'Neill's lawyer route.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. The one that gives real good advice, allegedly.
Allegedly, gotta say that.
Allegedly.
All
So,
right, we hit
all
our
right,
hour
well,
mark.
wrap it up. We treaded water enough without Nick the chimney sweep.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh.
We've also made it that we don't need Nick if we don't want him.
Hopefully, Nick is freezing his balls off right now.
Yeah, fucking bailing out an hour and a half before. Hey guys, I'm not gonna make it.
I was waiting for a crash out on that one. Tyler,
I really did.
I could read a crash out in the text when Tyler goes, "You can't kill an hour and a half into the fucking with an hour and a half left before the show. We have to change titles, all that kind of shit." So
yeah, right before we leave, I'll read it.
Okay.
It says, "Well, for later, you sent the link to Nick's phone for this, and you said for later, so we don't want Nick getting fuzzy." And
Fussy.
Nick said, "We'll have to save it for next week, having snowstorm, and I got called into work early." And you're like, "What? Are you a street sweeper?" And he said, "Yeah, a chimney cleaner." And I said, then a couple minutes go by, and I was like, "Wait, I saw it." I'm like, "Wait, Nick, you're not coming on?" You're like, "That's the way it sounds. Might need to and you said might need to revamp today's programming a little." And I was like, "We can't. It's an hour and a half before we go live, so Nick will just have to defend himself next week." And he said, "So a normal day."
Fucking, I was just envisioning Tyler going,
I was
crash out.
I was playing ball with my sons, and I'm like, "Hold on a minute." I'm like, "Are you fucking like it's?" I
Bro,
can't
Dylan,
blame everybody because it's like they're brand new at a new job. Like like, and I get it. It's his job, but at the end of the day, we're trying to build podcasts. I want my podcast to be the best podcast ever. I want more views. I want more exposure, but I can't make that one. I don't want to be on the show. I don't like what he said. Like, come on, guys, you got to eat.
Yeah. I said you should. Oh, I'll hold it up in the text. I'll hold the text up. Dylan's like, how many chimney sweeps or how many chimneys are in Philly or whatever. So yeah, I had freaking put this chimney sweep from Mary Poppins up there. Like there, that's what Nick's doing right now, listening to the show.
He ain't listening, bro. Nick don't even listen to the shows. He's like, I don't know what to talk about. I'm like, the fucking show's on the network, dude. We love you, Nick. Right. I gotta start putting that out there after we fucking bust balls. We love you. We want you on the show. Don't feel bad. Don't cry. Don't do anything. Man, I'm a bad guy. I went into bad guy mode, dude. I gotta snap out of it.
You gotta snap out of it. All right, go fix your go change the tires on your son's remote.
Oh no, now we gotta talk about Santa. So I don't know how the fuck we're gonna do that.
Good luck with that. That's a story for another day. Woo. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday afternoon. We hope you still enjoy the show, and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, I won't be here next week because I'll be in Georgia.
I can it'll kind of assume Nick's not going to be there. It's probably just going to be me, fucking ranting and raving and everything.
Super cool. You and Heather can discuss how to talk to your child.
There you go.
How to talk to your child about that. Yeah, I know. When I'm in on Sunday, I may do my coffee and donuts with Lupe. So I might do a husband and wife live stream Sunday morning.
There you go.
Next Sunday morning.
You're going to prove she's real.
I will prove she's real. Yeah.
Nothing is beyond everything that I've experienced with Lupe. Nothing is beyond a reasonable doubt. You know that, right? It's like 99%, but it's not beyond a reasonable doubt that.
Yeah. No. I got you. She may not truly be here.
This is gonna be a puppet.
Yeah, she's at fucking work right now. Otherwise, I'd tell her to walk in the room. But yeah, and then what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, podcast with her, and then yeah. No. Oh yeah, this Sunday I'll have my own. I'll be there. So all right, everybody.
And then Monday, 11 a.m. See you guys there.
Yep. It's been running on the ticker all show. Monday, 11 a.m. Anti-hero. See everybody there. Later.
Later.
Dylon.